Hello and welcome to Great Craps. So my friend Ryan over at Mark the Point put out a strategy this week. He's called the AI strategy. He plugged some parameters into AI. It spit out a strategy for him. Of course, it's been out a couple of days, and John from over at ProCraps immediately recognized that as a variation of Crappy the Crapsman's I Can't Believe This Wins. Either way, it's new to me. First time I'm discovering it. Of course, there are no new strategies. Even AI uses other people's strategies at some point. So either way, I like it, and I'm going to roll it out a couple of different ways on my table, and let's see how it does. Now, Ryan does it at the $25 level. Since I'm a low roller, I'm going to do it at the $5 level. It's pretty easy to up and down scale-wise because it's all units. So all the units kind of go together. You can just raise it by whatever unit you're doing, either $5, $10, $15, $25, all the way up, however you want to go. So pretty quickly, easy to pick up once you understand it. And let's get to the table and I'll show you real quick how it goes and then we'll roll it out. All right, so let's get some dice out and go ahead and pick two. I'm going to random roll this one. So let's get a point established. And that is a 6, 3, 9. So 9 is going to be the point. And I've got my normal player over here in stick right. And my leave one out there player over here in stick left. For the most part, they're going to play this the same way, except the guy on the left side is going to leave the bets out for one more hit instead of pulling them down after we get our 3 don't comes established. So that guy's going to be on the right, of course, and the other guy's going to be on the left, just so you can keep track. I'll go ahead and put him over there since that's where he kind of belongs. And let's go. So this is your most exposed point. Obviously, we do not want a 7 right here. And we get a 2, which is awesome because that is a DC winner. So they're going to both get 5 each. And when we get a win on those, we're just going to rack them. So in the rack they go. And next roll. Dice are out. And we get a 5, 1, 6. So our 6s are going to both win. And those guys are going to come down. Our don't comes are going to travel behind the 6s. And we're going to use what we just pulled down, or 1, however you want to look at it, to put another don't come up and rack what's remaining. Here we go. Next roll. And we get a 5, 3, 8. Easy 8. So same scenario. They're both going to win. This left-right dealing thing has got me all flustered here. So those guys win. We're going to pull them down. These guys are going to travel. Now, as don't comes go, these are probably the worst 2 travel don't comes you could have. But we're going to get one more don't come established from what we just took down and rack what we want. And we get a 3, 1, 4. So in both cases, what we're going to do is drop $1 so we can get paid 10 for what we have on the 4. Now we're going to pull those down, and we're not going to do another don't come because now we have 3 established. So those are going to travel behind, and I've got 3 up there. So difference is this guy on the right is going to come down on everything. So all he has in play is his don't come bets. And this guy on the left, he's going to stay out there for one more roll and just rack what he's got in the winnings from the last one. And we get a 5, 3, 8. So our don't comes that travel get knocked off. Now this guy on the left has a decision to make. He's trying to get one more hit. Does he leave him out there for another one, or does he pull him down like the first guy did? I'm going to go ahead and say leave him out because we're trying to get another hit on one of these numbers that's still out there. I'm going to pad the bank a little bit. Our right side guy does nothing. And we get a 5, 4, 9. So we hit the point. And so this guy is going to get paid. And now, since he's gotten a hit, he's going to bring them all down. Back to the rack. Puck's going to come off. And ideally, the 7 comes right here. 4, 1, 5. No. So we're going to have a new point of 5. Doesn't hurt us. That's the hole in the don't comes that we have out there still. And bam, there we go. 6, 1, 7. Almost perfect scenario. So all those guys are going to get paid. And they'll come down. And we start over. Dump the bowl. Puck goes off. Let's get a new point. So new shooter coming out. We get a hard 8 for the point. So puck's going to go on the 8. And we don't want to roll it to that. No, we don't. Rolled those there, but hard 8. And so both players are going to go across again. Plus a DC bet. Well, this really gets your left brain, right brain going, I'm telling you. I think 10 ton and Ed will appreciate that comment. 2, 1, 3. Look at that. That's twice in a row we've won that first DC bet out there. So those guys are going to win. Actually, it's going to go up there. So straight to the rack with that. And leave the bets out there. Here we go again. 5, 3, 8. So we hit the point. But before we do anything with that, we're going to pay our winners. Travel our DCs. Bring those guys down. And since we hit the point, we're not going to go, we can't go back up with a DC right now. We've got to wait for a new point to be established. So we're just going to put those in the rack and hold on to them until another point gets established. So here we go. Puck comes off. Coming out again. 2 craps. Well, that would have been nice for the don't come. Or in this case, we'd have to do that on the don't pass. But we're not going to do it on the don't pass. We like for the point to be established because maybe we get a 7 on the come out and those guys get paid while all our place bets are off. Now we got a 4, 2, 6. So the new point's going to be 6. Of course, we don't get paid on those because the puck was off. And now we'll come back out with our winnings from the last one on another don't come bet. 5, 1, 6. So right back on that point. So those guys are going to get paid. And come down. And we have exactly the same scenario as we had the last roll, where we rack these and wait for a new point. Racks are kind of messy. Always nice to have a messy rack if you're winning. So our 6s are going to travel. Almost forgot those. And we're coming out. 6, 5, yo. Mid-mo. On the come out. So come out winner if you were playing the pass line. Again. 6, 1, 7. Wow, nice. Very nice. So all our line bets, or our place bets, excuse me, are off. But our 6 and 8 are going to get paid on the backside. So let me get some more money here so I can pay those guys. So those are going to come down, get paid, and go to the rack. And that is what we want right there. So we've still got all our stuff out there. We haven't made it to our third DC bet yet. And so we kind of have a decision to make. Do we stay out there, especially since we're up a little bit, or do we do a reset? That was a come out 7. So I say we stay out there and do one more DC bet. So here we go. Coming out again. 4, 3, 7. Another come out 7. Doesn't hurt us because we're still off. And we got a hard 10. So finally we got a point. Puck's going to go on the 10. Now we're going to come out with another DC bet on both sides. This roll is going kind of long, so probably would be wise to think about pulling down, but we're going to stick with the strategy here. So here we go. 5, 1, 6, the mixer. So we don't have anything on it, but our don't comes are going to travel. And that's our third don't come. And so now the right side guy is going to come down on everything, especially since he already made money. And the left side guy is going to stay out there. One more roll. He's going to stay out there. 3, 2, 5. Outstanding. So our left side guy is going to get paid on the 5. And then he's going to come down on everything. Now we're just rolling to resolve the remaining DC bet on the 6. Nope. We got a 4, 2, 6. Well, I guess that is a resolution because it's going to lose. And now we just need to roll until we get a 7 to end the roll. Another 6. Hard 6. 5, 3, 8. And this brings to mind another variation where I would like to go up for like a 6 and 8 after good outcomes if I am up. 3, 1, 4, because when you get a longer roll, you're sitting here doing nothing, watching a good roll go by. 6, 1, 7. And there we go. So we reset the shooter. I know some of you are like, you could just say you reset the shooter, but we want to see what the dice do. So there we go. We're going to go one more shooter just because we haven't lost yet. So I want to see it. I mean, I don't want to see it lose, but I kind of want to see it possibly lose. So this scenario is going a little too perfect. So we'll try and see if we can get a loser in here because Randy is a little too on fire. So let me cut out my 7 units from each and get ready for the next shooter. It's actually dumping the pick dice. So let's go, Randy. One more good one. 7. Come out 7. That's okay. We don't have anything out there yet. 4, 2, 6. So the new point's going to be 6. And across we go. So don't come bet. And then across. Trying to find the right ones as I work my way back. It's fun. So highest risk point right here, 6, 2, 8. So man, those we've had some really crazy travel don't comes, but that's okay. And our 8s are going to get paid. Need some more singles. Let's grab those, and then we're going to take the caps down. Travel. Oh, I'm doing the 6 instead of the 8. So travel the. There we go. Travel the remaining to the second don't come. Rack the remaining. So here we go. 4, 2, 6. So we hit the point. Let's go ahead and pay. And pull those down. And our don't comes are going to travel. Puck's going to come off. And because we need to wait for a new shooter, we're going to rack everything we just won. Here we go. 2 craps. Would have been great for a don't come or a don't pass. We don't have it because we don't play it on the come out roll. 4, 3, 7. See, would have been taken away anyway. So give it and take it away. 5, 4, 9. So the new point's going to be 9. Let's get the puck on there. We got one more DC to get out there. So let's go ahead and use what we just won to get that out there for both players. Here we go. 4, 3, 7. So sort of not quite the worst case scenario, but not one of the best case scenarios because our DCs are going to lose and then everything we have up here is going to lose. But from that, these guys back here are going to get paid. So we weren't quite covered with all of them. You just kind of break even if you get 3 of them up there. We had 2 of them up there. So that's all going to go back to the dealer. And then these are going to come back to our racks. And so there we go. Right off the bat, we can see that probably the guy who stayed out there for one more roll is going to do a little bit better than the guy who pulled everything down. So let's go ahead and get a count and see where both of our guys stand. So let me clean their racks up real quick. This is the part where I fast forward the video. Color come in. I'm not as smooth as the other, but it'll work. So let's go ahead and change these 3 out. And let's get these guys. change those to 4. So here is our original 100. That's what we started with. I think I forgot to mention that, but you could see it in the rack. And this guy is up 50, 60, $71. And our pull down guy is up 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, $47. So there you have it. Our stay out there guy, of course, in this scenario, because we had some good rolls, made out better than the guy who pulled down after we got all our 3 DCs established. I wonder how that would go if the rolls weren't so good. In this case, we got a nice rollout, and I don't think you could have lost with those rolls. Those were decent. I'd have to go back and do the roll count on them, but those were pretty good money-making rolls, especially for across betting. So I have played this out on Crapsy myself and done fairly well with it, both in Crapsy and just rolling it out on my table over the past few days. I like it. It's pretty nice, somewhat safe so far, a hybrid strategy. What I've found is that I don't make a lot of money with it, but I also don't lose a lot of money. And I'm always looking for strategies where I can stay at the table for a decent amount of time and not lose a whole lot of money while I'm doing that. I did go back and watch the rollout I just did, and I made 2 mistakes. One was I paid for I think it was the 4, and then racked that dollar that I threw out there to pay in both cases. So I was off by a dollar. It should have been 70 for the left guy and 46 for the right guy. I also missed that there was a 7 on the come out while the 6 of the 8 DCs were up, and those should have gotten paid right there. The outcome was still the same because a couple of rolls later, the 7 came anyway, and those got paid like they would have. Nothing else had come before then to change anything else. So I am going to roll this out some more. I'm going to continue with these bankrolls and do an extended video. And so the link for that will be in the description. If you've made it this far, go ahead and find that link. For now, it's going to be a unlisted video that you can get to only by having a link. I'm interested to see how many people watch all the way to the end and then go on to watch the follow-up video. Since this one did so well, I want to see this thing do a little bit worse. And so I'm going to pick back up with these 2 bankrolls, put them back in the rack, and keep on playing for 3 more shooters. So if you're interested in seeing how that turns out, go ahead and find the link in the description of this video. With that being said, thanks for watching Great Craps.